What's up? It's yours truly, your advisor, Michael Ferrera, and back in another video of styling your life. And in this segment, we're going to talk about a big issue as it relates to living trust, estate plans, and wills, and when you should actually explore a living trust. And we'll jump into that content right now. And I will share with you as I begin. This video won't be too long, but I will share with you that, full transparency, I will not give you the exact answer, because there is no exact answer, but I will share with you the things and the questions that you should be asking yourself and asking your partner and asking your family in order to make the right decision when establishing and creating a living trust. So with that in mind, living trust versus a will versus a corporation versus, that's what this video is not. Right? This is specifically on living trust, and this video is directly related to my clients, but simultaneously I guess it can be valuable for anyone considering a living trust. So let's just focus on that. There's other videos that we've done related to the difference of living trust, wills, and so on. You can check those somewhere with a link or the bio below. But nonetheless, this one is completely on when you should consider and the question you should ask yourself when establishing a living trust. So when should we use a living trust? Well, the first question that you should ask yourself is, why do you feel like you need one? Do you have some circumstances that are not normal? Maybe a special needs child, maybe a special needs person or parent or person that you caretake for. In many cases, those play a vital role in the decisions that you make. Simultaneously, if there are children, right? So that's one thing to think about. If you have children, right? Many times wills do not incorporate caretakers, but in many cases a living trust does if you have minor children, especially if there may be differences on the children. It is so important to get that in order. As an advisor, I've seen beautiful situations, and unfortunately I've seen not so beautiful situations. So when there's children, oftentimes it's a big question to consider having a living trust. In the case of, as parents or guardians, should you predecease your children, what would happen to them if they are minors? Who would take care of them? Where will they have money or assets to come from to care for them accordingly? And in many cases, a living trust establishes and answers those questions and eliminates that concerns to give you that peace of mind when there's children in play. Another question to ask yourself is dollar of assets, right? There is no magic number, so I wish I could tell you, okay, if you have this much money, you need a living trust. Yes and no, right? There is, again, I wish I could give you an exact answer, but I will tell you the questions to ask yourself in order for you to get the right answer to your question and to get the right solve. But the question is, when there's a number of assets, right? When you're in the range of, it might sound small, but 25,000 or above. And then also need to be, and I know there may be debates on the number 10,000, 25,000, 50,000, 100. That doesn't matter. The number is different for every person, right? As an advisor, I can help you as my clients, but the more important thing is, what is your reason, your number? You want to be knowledgeable on what you want to give to who at the time of passing. If you're incapacitated, who takes care of assets accordingly. In many cases, living trust will do this when other documents might not. So that's when a living trust becomes a little bit more valuable to you. Additionally, thinking about it on the asset side is if you're in a community property state or not, right? That also plays a role, right? Does a spouse or a partner allow you to, pass assets on or not? That also plays a vital role, if you're in a community property state or not. Leaning to both could have advantages, or it's more advantageous to control the assets whether you're in a community property state or not. So thinking about that. Additionally, when you're having a living trust, one of the biggest feature, number 3, that I think is valuable to establish when considering a living trust is, how do you want to pay taxes, right? That's such a big topic, and many times it's often overlooked. by individuals that, okay, I'm dead, I'm gone, I'm no longer here, who cares? Well, depending on the dollar and amount of assets, that can be, and properties for that matter, that can be very, burdensome to somebody or not so burdensome. So it's very important to you to evaluate your tax position and the tax position that you're currently in as you're building and creating wealth while you are still alive, because that will play a role as it goes to which documents you choose to pass on assets to children or grandchildren or even great grandchildren, with the way in long time that people are living with the use of technology. So understanding taxes, they play a vital role into planning long term. A couple bonuses. So those are the top 3 questions to ask yourself if and when you should choose to have a living trust. Unfortunately, earlier as an advisor, I was told everyone needs a living trust, and quite frankly, this is not true. Right? This is not true. I don't think everyone needs a living trust, but I do think that you should explore it if it's in the right realm for you, and you should at least consider it. And if you consider it and decide, actually, I could accomplish my objectives with a different form or a different document or a different route, that's totally fine, right? But as I was, I don't know if it's wrong or right, but taught that everyone needs a living trust, that's not true. So evaluate that. In many cases, a living trust is a more costly document. With that cost, you do get many times more features and benefits, but just make sure that it's in line with what your objectives are. The reason why there is no one cut and dry answer to where once you do this, you need a living trust or whatever, because everyone's goals and objectives are different. There's no one solid fixed answer as to when and if you need a living trust. Everyone's situation is unique and everyone's situation is different, and it's important for you to understand what your objectives and your goals are as you make that decision. So don't feel pressured or forced to do a living trust because that's the only way. Many times it can help, but again, do not feel like it's the only way. It is a way, just explore the right fit specifically for your needs as a client. And as usual, I'm happy to answer any additional questions and dive into more. We can continue on about this. I am not an attorney. I do always recommend to consult with attorneys if needed, or an advisor or a consultant to help you get down your direction and the goal that you want to accomplish. We do work directly with individuals that can help you get there. But with the experience of being an advisor for many years now, so surprising of how long it's been, to help people accomplish their goals and achieve financial success, I know some certain things that do work and some questions that you should ask yourself when evaluating a living trust. So keep those things in mind, right? Family, taxes, properties and assets, and control that you want to have as you pass on your assets in the future in order to accomplish your financial needs and objectives with the use or not the use of a living trust. If I can assist in any way, feel free to reach out to me as you wish. But remember, in life and even after life, you can have every single thing that you want as long as you truly believe. We'll see you soon.